Hey guys, it's John from Traffic Times Conversion Squared, back with part 5 of our How to Craft an Amazing Marketing Offer series. And in this video, we're going to be talking about the unique selling proposition, or USP, as it's called for short. So in this video, you're going to learn what the USP is, how to make your own USP for your product, your business, and your services, and sort of what the role of the USP is in your wider marketing offer. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube or social media, don't forget to subscribe, follow us, or like us here. That way you'll get notified whenever we bring out some new content. So, the unique selling proposition is a really core part of your overall marketing offer. And it's something that we see quite a lot, that a lot of businesses, when they go online, they don't really quite nail the unique selling proposition. But as we're going to talk about, it's a really important and fundamental piece of your overall marketing offer. So what is the purpose of the USP? Well, the purpose of the USP is basically to provide a really quick explanation of the most compelling reason or reasons that your prospects, and when I say prospects, I'm talking about people who haven't bought from you yet, that your prospects, why they should buy from you and why they should buy your product or service or whatever it is you're offering from you. It should draw and hold your prospects' attention and leave them wanting to know more. So it's about basically saying why you and not your competitors, but in a really cut down and easy and quick to digest way, right? So of course, in your broader marketing message and your marketing argument that you provide throughout your marketing journey and throughout your customer's journey, we'll dig into these things as well. So why people should buy from you is part of the marketing argument for your products or services. But if you're doing longer form sales pages or longer product descriptions or something like that, you're going to go into a lot of text or longer videos where you break down all the reasons why that product and why your business over others. But the USP, when we talk about USP, we're talking about taking that greater detail and basically crunching it down into something that just grabs the attention like that. It's really short, it's to the point, and it grabs your prospects' attention and holds them and draws them in further into your business, so that they can then digest that and view that longer attempt at persuasion from you around your products and services. So there's a few things that a USP must do for it to be effective, right? This is must. If you're building a USP and it doesn't do these things, then it's not going to do the job of grabbing your prospects and drawing them in. So the first thing is, your USP needs to be about your customers, right? It's not about you. It's not a vanity project. Your USP needs to address an actual customer problem or problems. So you can choose to pick off just one big thing and make your USP all about that, which a lot of really big brands do. Or you can attack a couple of things. And I must say, later in this video, as we go through, we're going to look at some examples of good USPs and the way to do it, right? So you'll see this in action. But yeah, so you need to understand, when you're crafting your USP, you need to understand what are your prospects' biggest pain points. What are they trying to solve when they're coming to your website, when they're looking at your products or your services? Your USP needs to address that, or a number of those. Secondly, it must promise a unique solution to those problems, or the perception of a unique solution. And perception is a really important word, right? Because you can have a USP that's not necessarily 100% unique, right? So your business may do something that other businesses also do. But if those other businesses don't talk about that, don't make that part of their marketing, whatever that thing is, then you can, but you do, then it will still have the perception of being unique. And perception, and if people perceive something as being unique, then it's as good as being unique. So always think about that when you're looking at your competition and you're thinking, well, what's their USP, right? If you've got something in mind that you would like to be part of your USP, and you think, well, yeah, but is that really unique? Do my competitors do that as well? I think they might. Well, if they're not talking about it in their marketing, on their website or whatever, then they might as well not be doing it. So you can build your USP around that thing and make it your own and make it unique. And once you do it, if you're the first to start talking about that thing, then it becomes harder for your competitors to effectively talk about that thing later. And look, a lot of big brands do this, right? A lot of big brands made their USP around something that probably their competitors' products do as well, but they just packaged that thing in a unique way and talked about it in a unique way that none of their competitors had before. So remember, perception is everything in marketing, right? We talk a lot about perception of uniqueness, perception of value, right? Perception is really important. And finally, your USP must communicate a benefit or benefits. So it's about solving a problem, and it's about unique solution and the benefit. The customer should be able to defer from your USP what the benefit is to them of doing business with you or buying your product. So there's a couple of different types of USPs, and when we look at some examples, we'll sort of have a look at a few of these different types. The first one is you can have a slogan-based USP. So it's typically a single line of text, right? Often it'll be 10 words or less. So it's something quick, snappy, and usually that slogan will address one big thing. That'll be about the one big thing, right? And you use that in a lot of different places. The next one is a slightly longer USP, which is a series of like basically short, sharp points, which may address a number of customer problems or a number of the solutions that your product solves or your business solves. And you may also have a pictorial representation of this. And this is quite common in e-commerce for people to do this. Once again, though, it's short and sharp and it's very easy to digest. And then finally, you can have a bit of a longer form text explanation of your USP. So this might form part of your marketing message. It will be one of the elements in your longer form marketing messages and arguments. But you could have it as a standalone piece somewhere on your website that sort of digs in a bit more into what the problems that you're solving and explains the benefit to your customers in a bit more detail than you do, say, with the slogan-based or the short dot points. Now, you can use all three of these in your business. It's not one or the other, right? And in fact, probably I would recommend that you do find a way to do all three of these, because the next question is, when you've built your USP, where do you stick it, right? So there's a number of places where you need to use your USP, and you'll see how each of those three options of making it look will fit into each of these. The first one is in your ads, right? So because your USP is short, it's sharp, you can fit it into your ads. So if you're running Google ads or Facebook ads, like search text ads on Google or Facebook ads, if you've got a short, sharp USP, and typically often the slogan-based USP, but even the dot point-based USP, you can fit it into your ads. It's not too long to fit into the ad copy sections of your ads. And that's a really great use of your USP, because once again, your USP is all about that big thing that grabs attention, right? So if you put it in your ads, it can be the part of your ad that draws the customer in and makes them want to click through and learn more about your business, your product, or your services. The second place is your homepage, right? Now, you shouldn't be sending paid traffic generally to your homepage, but you will get traffic to your homepage. So you want to have your USP visible somewhere there. Your product and services pages. So if you're an e-commerce store and you've got product pages, you want your customers to be able to see, or your prospects to see your USP very clearly on every single product page, right? Because your product page in a lot of cases is going to be your first entry point into your website. Your homepage often won't be. It'll be your product page that people go to first. So you want to see those things right then and there. If you can, above the fold, so before the customer needs to scroll down, so that they know straight away, right, why do I need to stay here? Why do I need to learn more about this business? Why do I need to learn more about this product? Why do I need to consider buying this? Why should I not just bounce off right now and move on to the next thing? Your social media. So all your social media profiles in your bios and anywhere you really can fit it, you need to include your USP, because once again, people are going to be looking at that stuff. That's one of the ways that people discover your business. So if your USP is clearly defined in those places, once again, it's going to give people another reason to go, oh yeah, I want to learn more about that business. That seems really intriguing. I'm going to go and find out more. And then finally, what you can do as well is have a USP page on your website. So an actual page that's just about, why people should buy from you and why people should buy your services. And, you can link that into different parts of your website. But once again, that's where your longer form USP, the longer form version of your USP might live. Another common thing that some e-commerce businesses do is to put the USP into like a tab on their product page if they've got tab descriptions or something like that, like a why buy from us, or why us, or what makes us unique. You can title it however you want, but the customer can go in there and see more information about, say, that slogan USP that they might have seen in another part of the website. So those are the 5 places. And you can see from each of those that a slogan-based USP or the dot point-based USP or image dot point USP and the longer form one will fit in each of those places differently. So that's why it's a good idea to have more than one variation of your USP built. And so a couple of things. We're going to go and look at some examples of the USP in a second, but just a couple of things to say before we jump into that. Right? Obviously, to build a really good, effective USP, you have to have done a couple of things. And I talked about these in the first video of this marketing offer, crafter marketing offer series. And that was, one, you need to have a great understanding of your target customer. And for the USP purposes, that's so that you can know what their problems are that they're trying to solve, so that you can craft a USP that speaks to those things. And you need to understand your market, right? You need to have researched your competitors. You need to know what your competitors' USP is, because you can't build a unique one. You can't be unique if you don't first understand what already exists in the market that you inhabit. So if you're looking to do some work on your USP, just ask yourself those questions first. Do I know what my prospects' biggest problems are that they're trying to solve, and do I know what my competitors are saying about in their space about their USP? And so you might need to go and map it out. Just take some screenshots, whatever, of what your competitors are doing. But that's definitely a crucial part of doing this. And then the final thing to say about it is, you can have a USP for your business and your products, right? So it depends a little bit on what products or services you're selling, but and how many of those you have. But remember, the thing that you're trying to do with your marketing is essentially persuade an individual to buy your product. So you're trying to firstly convince them about your product or your service and why that's the right product and the service to solve their problem, right? But you've also got to convince your prospect to buy from you and not somebody else, right? So there's two things going on there. So you can have a USP that that's about your business and why you, but and that's probably the most important USP that you need to have, right? So you need to have that first, right? But you can also have, if you have like a flagship product or a flagship service, right, that you really want to push heavily, you can build a USP for that particular thing as well. And that's a comparison between that product. Well, that's saying why that product is better than other products, not other businesses, other products that it might be competing against. And sometimes that can be a very effective thing to do if you've got a kind of unique product in a market that does have that has competitors, not on the exact same product, obviously, but similar products, and you want to easily explain to your prospects why your product is the right product in that market. So we're just going to jump out of this now, have a quick look over at some examples. And the first example I wanted to just show you quickly is Kiva, and these are just ones I've pulled randomly off the web, except for the last one. But the first one here, Kiva, they're basically a crowdsourced or crowd-funded microloan service that provides loans to people in third world countries and that sort of thing. And we're on their About Us page here. And if I just scroll down a little bit, they've got this section, what makes us unique? And so this is kind of the longer form USP, an example of a longer form USP, but they've also got, you know, some little icons and whatnot. But what they're doing here is they've got the dot point version, but they're providing an example or more of an explanation about why that is unique and why that is a good thing, right? So this is speaking to people about what those things are. So once again, this is on their About Us page, and that's a great place to put a more filled out USP. Now, the next one we're going to jump onto is Saddleback Leather, which is an e-commerce business that sells leather products. See if you can see the USP. It's quite easy to see. I like this one. It's this up here, right? It's in the header of the website. So basically this appears on every single page of the website. You can't get away from this. The USP is they'll fight over it when you're dead, obviously implying that their products are going to last forever. And they take that a step further by breaking it into 3 dot points: 100-year warranty, no breakable parts, and over-engineered. So what they're saying with this is our products are unique in our market, the market of leather goods, because they're built so well. We build them better than anybody else, and we build them so well that they will last forever. And we're so confident of that we've got a 100-year warranty, which means almost anybody who buys their products will die before they could even use, before this warranty would run out. So they'll fight over it when you're dead. No breakable parts, and they're over-engineered. So they're looking to, what's the problem they're solving with this? Well, they're appealing to people who want to buy a leather product that is going to last for a really long time, that's not going to fall apart, that's not going to have problems with the stitching, that's not going to have buckles that break before the leather's worn out. So that's what they're focused on in this market. That's what they've chosen to make their business, to present their business different. Now, as I say, there may be other leather manufacturers, leather product manufacturers and brands that their products last for a really long time as well. But if they're not talking about it in this sense, then this is unique, right? And so it's a USP. Now, a third example is, an old favorite, Dollar Shave Club, a company well known for awesome marketing. Once again, an e-commerce store, but a subscription-based one. And there's a little bit of a different one. We're on the homepage here. And if we come down, they've got their USP starts here, 3 reasons to try Dollar Shave Club. And they're focused on convenience, flexibility, and low risk and high rewards. So as in a financial bit there, but they're attacking 3 problems with this part of their USP. And that is, they want to saving their customers time. They don't have to go to the shops. It's flexible, level 9 Yogi flexibility. So people their customers have a lot of control over their subscription, including around the schedule and being able to skip, pause, or cancel their subscription. And then they're talking here about that there's no membership fees, there's no long-term commitments, and they get 100% money back guarantee. Now, so their product is compared to other subscription-based, products or personal care products, and their competitors may have things like membership fees or commitments, or this might be a stronger money-back guarantee. So they've chosen, once again, they've got a little image representation and a short little explanation of what their three main USP bits is. Now, if we go into their products and just go to a product page, just for interest, let's go onto their blades. They've also got it here on the product page, but they've broken one of their USP bits from the homepage down a bit further. The perks of our plan, once again, no hidden costs, cancel anytime, and 100% money back guarantee. So once again, this is a representation of part of their USP, right? Because this page is focused on somebody selecting a subscription option, these are directly relevant to problems people might have with a subscription-based product, right? People don't want hidden costs. They want to be able to cancel anytime, and they want to have, a guarantee that if they're not happy, they can get their money back. So they're addressing all of those problems with their USP. And they've got this in multiple places across their website, which is, a lot of businesses will only put their USP on one part of their website, and it may not be the easiest part to see. I want to reinforce that when you build a great USP, you really have to shout it from the rooftops, right? Because if you don't, your customers may miss it. They may not go to the one page that you've got it on, so they may never learn why your business is unique. So get it everywhere. And then the final example is, of course, you've got to live by what you say. So this is an example of our website here at Traffic Times Conversion Squared, and our USP. This is a representation of it on our About Us page. Again, we build this into our marketing messages for prospective clients in a number of different ways. But our basic USP is we drive consistent business growth by turning $1 of marketing spend into $5 or more of revenue online, guaranteed. All right, so it's kind of a longer form slogan. I've never been able to get it really short while still holding its meaning. But what our USP here is getting at is that we drive consistent business growth. So we're calling out to people who are having problems with growing their business and doing that consistently, which a lot of online businesses have. We're talking to an actual result. So, a return on investment of, $1 into $5 or more. And often our clients obviously do get a lot more than that. And we chose that number because we know from experience that for most businesses, not all, some need more than that. That's why the or more is in there. But most businesses, getting a 5x ROI is very profitable, and that's appealing without being over the top. Now, a lot of novice businesses will, who try to get customers, will say, we're going to go for, we can get you 10x business growth. Nonsense. You can't, right? You can't consistently get 10x business growth. So we've chosen a USP that is attractive and appealing, but is not hyped up, right? And you never want to rely on hype in your marketing, right? Hyperbole is okay, which is a different thing, but you don't want to rely on hype. People can pick hype and it just smells fake, right? So we didn't say we're going to turn $1 into 15. While we can achieve that, and we have achieved that for clients, we don't say that because a lot of businesses will say, well, I don't believe that that's possible, but this is what we know works. And then finally, we say guaranteed. That's part of our USP because we guarantee our work now. A lot of marketing agencies provide, in fact, I don't know any that provide an ironclad guarantee. We do, so that's in our USP because we know a lot of prospective clients are concerned about whether a marketing agency will actually deliver them any benefit and what will happen if they don't. So those are the examples of the USP. Look, if this is not something you've spent a lot of time on in your business, you absolutely need to, right? It will make your overall offer so much more effective, particularly if you're in a competitive market, which almost everybody is these days. I guarantee if you nail your USP, your conversion rate will go up. So not only is it about making your overall offer more appealing, but this is a conversion rate optimization thing. And trust me, this is one of the big conversion rate optimization levers that you can pull. It's much more powerful than fiddling around with colors on your website or changing the position of this, that, or the other. Okay? So if you haven't done it yet, jump on it now. Thanks for watching as always, and the next video in the series will be out very soon, so keep an eye out for it. See you later.